is IAAPA Expo. It's the biggest theme park convention in the entire world. There's over 40,000 people who come to Orlando annually to attend this event. It's got all kinds of stuff from press announcements to cool innovations and cool future stuff happening in the industry. And I get to be one of these people. And I get to show you what's inside this convention and why it's so important to the theme park industry. So let's go inside and take a look. Let's go. So IAAPA, or the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions, is a foundation that hosts many different events built to bring the theme park industry together. They have educational seminars, they have their own magazine, and they host many different trade show style expos around the world every year. But with tens of thousands of attendees flocking to the Orange County Convention Center for 1 week every year, there has to be something bigger than just announcements and ride vehicle reveals that brings everyone together. So why is IAAPA Expo so special?
So hi everyone, I'm Queen Liu. I'm an independent game developer and also interactive experiences designer.
My name is Frederick Kayers. I'm a teacher, an attraction designer, and a PhD student. And besides that, on part-time, I'm a journalist as well.
I'm Spencer.
I'm Katie.
And we're from Winner Every Time. We have a social media channel where we travel around the country and play carnival games and arcade games.
Why coming to IAAPA? What's like the big reason for you guys coming here every single time?
Okay, so first we have to see all of the new arcade and carnival games. Like that's an easy one. But I think second for us is a lot of like networking. We've met a lot of people in the industry, and it's nice that everyone comes together in one place.
Right.
We're very spoiled that everyone's in this one building all together and we can see everyone.
Yeah, we travel around the country so much, and so we meet so many really cool people at each of these different amusement parks and arcades. And having them not only come here, but then introducing us to more people so we can make more connections and just keep networking is really fun.
Being a game developer is sometimes you oftentimes work alone, and I want to build stuff and build physical, tactile things, experiences that social gameplay, have people interact and engage in experiences actually physically there instead of being on their phones.
The thing that inspires me the most is seeing what type of new attractions are coming out. Besides that, which technologies that are coming in the near future, so I could maybe use them in some designs. Besides that, it's always great to see all the people that I've not seen for years or since last year, and catch up with some friends.
I've never been to a convention that feels like it was so thoroughly thought through. IAAPA puts tons of helpful things out like rechargeable battery stations, digital exhibition maps, high-tech super smart trash cans, and creative badge ribbons and colorful buttons for attendees just to make the week feel even more efficient and fun. They even made things like registration a breeze due to the amazing team that prioritizes convenience. Now, IAAPA Expo can be broken down into both the education section and the show floor section. The education section is a variety of keynotes, talks, panels, discussions, Q&As, and more, all led by key industry leaders on every kind of topic. There's a ton of these sessions, and there's truly no way to attend all of them, but choose which ones seem the most interesting to you, or find a random one because sometimes those are just as cool. And you'll definitely want to queue up early for any of these sessions because there are a lot of them that are super popular. But again, they make things super convenient here by scanning the QR code on your badge to get everyone in before you enter the session. I personally learned a lot about the industry through these sessions, and I highly recommend going to as many as you can. Now, the other part of the expo, which is the largest part of the expo, is the show floor. This is where all kinds of companies will be showcasing the latest technologies, innovations, and everything there is to do in the themed entertainment industry. Now, I don't think you got what I just said. I mean, everything there is to do in the themed entertainment industry. It is miles of booth after booth of everything and anything you can imagine to do with the themed entertainment industry. They even put up real rides here. I mean, how many conferences can you say where they put a roller coaster on the show floor? You got a whole section just for games, a whole area just about inflatable bounce houses, bumper cars, mascots, water rides, arcade games, VR arcade games, animatronics, bowling, pinball, credit card readers, lifeguard equipment, steam cannons, bubbles, lights, those robotic things I always see at hot pot restaurants, massage chairs, vacuums, themed cup sippers, an entire Irish pub. everywhere you turn is something crazy. And all of these are right next to each other. We often think of theme parks as just being rides, but IAAPA Expo is a great reminder of how many things contribute to the industry.
Oh, yeah. I've only had one cup of coffee and I'm already overwhelmed, but this is amazing.
That word overwhelming comes up a lot just due to the amount of things you can find on the show floor. And I didn't even mention the haunted graveyard section, or the street market section, or even the outdoor section. IAAPA is very aware of how overstimulating the week can be, but they organize everything in such a way that makes it easier to navigate the longer you stay on the show floor. Now, obviously a huge part of the week is press conferences for exciting upcoming theme park attractions. And a lot of these are for rides I'm super excited for, like Night Flight Expedition being the second version of the mock rocking boat technology coming to Dollywood. This was super exciting for my first ride reveal press announcement, and seeing the boat up close and personal makes me want to go on this ride even more. I love all the colors on this thing. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, the new coaster coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, brought one of their Dodge Charger ride cars. This one is especially cool to see up close just due to the amount of detail they made this to look like a real car. Even putting things like nice headlights and even a little dashboard sticker at the front might make this the coolest coaster car ever made. Sally Dark Rides brought two of the animatronics in the remake of Kings Island Phantom Theater Dark Ride, especially since this will have some kind of new interactive element too with flashlights on every vehicle. This is high on my list of cool rides coming next year. What's crazy is how many of these highly anticipated rides are actually right next door to each other. Where else in the world would this ever happen? But the biggest surprise for me is the new Wings Tower ride from Zamperla. This is a fully ADA accessible ride that'll be going to Morgan's Wonderland, where in order to go up on the tower ride, you have to physically flap your arms like a bird to move up and down. No joke, this is one of the most fun rides I've done in years.
You know, I saw this like really weird arcade machine. Like it's a human claw. They send the people into the machine and the humans start to grab plush and I believe it was a balloon thing.
I really like the Fast and Furious car. Besides that, the craziest thing, there is a archery range with an interactive screen with real arrows that you shoot at the screen, which surprisingly, that was probably the most fun thing I did at the conference this year.
Okay, the strangest thing we've seen, and it's really good. It's an arcade game, but you pump gas and you have to stop it right on the dollar amount. And that's funny because a lot of people do that anyway.
Yeah.
And so they basically made a game out of people's habits.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty strange, like in a good way strange.
Right. And one of the cooler things I saw, I actually just did it this morning. It's like a 5 foot by 5 foot escape room.
Yeah.
It's literally just like a super small footprint, but super interactive, had some great elements, and it was only a 5-minute game too. So that was like really cool how small and like quick, but at the same time being really fun.
Now, this being my first IAAPA Expo, I asked a lot of veterans of the event what they recommended on how to best go about making the most of your week. Since it's literally impossible to do every single thing on the show floor, here's some things that I recommend to make the most of your time. So for newcomers going next year to IAAPA Expo or just fans of lists, here's what I'm calling How to Survive IAAPA Expo. So number 1, bring comfortable shoes. Fair warning, you will be walking about 20,000 steps or more per day, so bring a good pair of walking shoes or running shoes will make things a lot easier. In fact, this was the number 1 thing recommended to me by IAAPA members and people who work at the expo. And you can see it all around you as the dress code for the week seems to be business casual and sneakers. Number 2, bring a water bottle. There's not many water stations at the convention center, and there's only a handful of water fill-up stations, but trust me, this truly saved me multiple times from walking so much and not getting dehydrated. Number 3, hand sanitizer. So much of the expo is hands-on, where they want you to play with everything and get a tactile feeling for the experiences. And since everyone is going to be touching a lot of the same equipment, just be prepared because germs spread fast at conventions. And I should know because I got sick. Number 4, bring snacks. And that's not to say that there are tons of snacks to enjoy here too. There's actually an entire section of the show floor dedicated to the latest in concessions and theme park snacks. By noon, this section on the show floor obviously gets the most crowded, as many people, like me, go through each booth to sample enough treats to call it lunch. But where else could you have Dr. Pepper Dippin' Dots and then a delicious soft pretzel at 10 a.m.?
I've had ice cream for breakfast for 4 days straight.
Okay, you know what? Maybe that is how I got sick. And 5, take your pace on the show floor. I recommend doing a run of the show floor at some point going diagonally. Start from one corner of the show floor and then go diagonally to the other corner. You'll be shocked just how many awesome things you'll be able to find that were definitely not on your radar, but you will stumble upon. So yes, it is a huge week that's filled with so much cool stuff to see and learn that each person is going to have an entirely different experience. But why really does IAAPA Expo matter? Well, everyone here is in the business of fun, and everyone takes fun very seriously. They start out the week with a massive opening ceremony with dancing and singing, and it's basically like having a Broadway-style performance first thing in the morning on Tuesday. And then later that same day, they do a full drone show outside just for the expo, with tons of amazing colors and really cool effects. They really want the entire week to be filled with special surprises and people who are passionate about making lifelong memories for guests. As a big theme park nerd, I'm always interested in learning how we make unique rides and experiences. But at IAAPA Expo, you get a sense of why we make unique rides and experiences. And with over 100 different countries represented, the entire expo feels like one of the only times a year where everyone from all companies and parks can come together.
I really like the people that I met here. A lot of them actually cared about what you do, and they actually ask about your lives and what you're interested in. People here actually want to build like a long-term relationship with you, and they hope to see you like each year, every year. And I really plan to go back every time to see friends that I have made here, and to see more attractions and interactive experiences that the industry has to bring to us.
There was a panel with the CEO of Herschend, and he talked about how their guest service is really special at the Herschend parks, and that's something that I strive towards, to also always treat people with respect, even though I'm back of house and not front of house. But I feel like that type of guest service should be done or followed within the company as well.
But also I feel like we get a lot of inspiration from the show floor, from the educational sections, and just kind of like motivating us into the new year. I think it's always cool that this is like in November.
Yeah.
So you kind of like chill through the holidays, and then you're like, let's go.
Right, and getting insight for what is coming up and what's the popular thing, like what's the next big thing in arcades or carnivals or, you know, even rides and amusements, like what's going to be the next forefront.
And I must share that the entire week could not be more efficient if it wasn't for the many show ambassadors who volunteered the week to manage and operate the expo so smoothly and with enthusiasm. And the true highlight for me is being able to meet and connect with so many amazing people through the week. Getting to learn about so many aspects from the theme park world while being mere feet away from things like the ride vehicle reveal for the new dark ride coming to SeaWorld Orlando, or testing out the latest in arcade game technology. IAAPA Expo is truly the highlight of the year, and I can't wait to see what amazing surprises will be there next time.